Alright, welcome back everybody. I hope you're ready for some more Sonic in the Sonic Block here. But before we do get started, I do want to let everybody know, using Tiltify here does not give us the ability to use like donations choice or host choice or runner's choice, things like that. If you are donating to the marathon here, please do select the targets and the polls that you want to put your donations towards. We appreciate the fact that you want to give it to donate host choice or runner's choice, but we're unable to facilitate that super easily. Speaking of, we are at $86.39 out of $130 needed for that total nuclear annihilation spatula showcase. Let's see if we can hit that by the end of the Sonic block. We're about to continue on here with Sonic 2 on the Sega Master System with Finalflame. Take it away.
Hey, so you talk about hitting that by the end of the Sonic block. I'd love to see how close we can get to the end of that by the end of this run, but it's going to be pretty short, around 20 minutes. Hi everyone, I am Finalflame. You've probably heard my name as I've done some of the staff work for this event, but I'm also playing this game, a game that people don't generally seem to like or want to play. Isn't that right, Argic? Or they're fearful of?
I'm being called out already. I will learn this game eventually. For now, you're going to have to show everything off.
Alright, well let's just get into it. So, keep in mind, this is 8-bit Sonic 2, not 16-bit. I know someone out there probably looked at the schedule and went, ooh, Sonic 2 on the Genesis. Nope. Alright, so let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so kicking it off in Underground Zone, we do not have a spin dash. That was not yet implemented. It was implemented, I believe, a few months after this game's release, when Sonic 2 Genesis actually came out. This does predate that one. So most of our movement is going to be roll jumping. There's a very big difference between roll jumping and just regular jumping. I'm sure at some point I will get to show that off. Something else I'll get to show off is one of the most annoying score countdowns in Sonic the Hedgehog's history. 300,000 points. I am speeding it up by holding a button on the controller, which for anyone wondering, I am playing this on a Wii U with the Wii Classic controller. This game was available on the Wii VC, unfortunately no longer. But if I didn't hold down the button, it would take a lot longer to go through that, and we don't want that. As much as I like this game, that's a little too much. Sonic, nope, we're not going down there. We want to go up here. So this is the first of the Emerald stages that I would collect if I was playing Best Ending. Today, we are not. So, and I was afraid of that. Okay, we're gonna grab the Emeralds and some here. I actually wanted to go bottom route, but I told myself if I accidentally don't get the jump I wanted and went to the top, I would grab the Emerald. The reason being, all the Chaos Emeralds in this game will grant you a continue, and while hopefully I don't need that this run, it's not bad to have. So we will have that in case things go wrong. There's not a lot of problem spots in this game for me. A couple of the early bosses can be an issue, not including this boss. So, this boss. If people played this game on Game Gear or ever watched it on Game Gear, you might have nightmares to this boss. Perhaps the Game Gear boss music will scare you and, wake you from a deep sleep. It's a lot more peaceful and chill on this version. The main reason is because on this version, all these balls that we have to dodge are at a set bounce pattern, or set bounce height, I guess you could say. There is a randomized pattern to them, although it's not clearly evident on this version. We're going to get 6 balls. You can get 7. The RNG is based on the time you arrive to the boss. On Game Gear, it's much more noticeable because you have screen crunch, you have varying bounce heights. It's a mess.
What's that? Screen crunch on the Game Gear? No.
Yeah, you can literally do that stage on this version blindfolded. I haven't done it blindfolded, but I haven't done it not looking, which is close enough. And that was Underground. Already out of there, and we will be on to Sky High. Which will begin with a trick that I'm going to try and get. You might know of the hang glider. You actually just saw it in the title card. You're meant to take that to get through part of the stage. We're going to try and avoid it. Kill that enemy so it doesn't get in my way when I hit the spring. So I'm going to try and do a very tight jump here. If I don't get it, I do have some backup options, and I jumped way early, so we're going to head to the left. Hey, an extra life, sure. So that avoids me taking a death right now. I'm sure there will be a death this run. I do not want it to be in this stage. Unfortunately, I would have rather have jumped late than anything. That should be good and clear the hang glider. And you can see I barely caught the edge, and you can also jump over signposts in this game. Try and avoid that. So if I were to use the hang glider, it would cost me a couple seconds compared to if I got that skip first try. All you have to do to utilize it is just tap left. Sky High 2 is one of the, well, actually not one of the, is the quickest stage when done right, and even when done wrong, it still sometimes is. I'm going to briefly let go of right, utilize some of these clouds to bounce off of, try and time a jump there. I did time that perfectly. Hold left a bit, and unfortunately did not make that ledge like I wanted. That's okay, 15 seconds is still a really good time. One thing I want to bring up, and I can't really show it off in this run because of timing, if I were to, while the signpost is in the air, pause the game and then unpause, the timer will actually keep counting down, which has its uses in an RTA-style run, because then you get a lower time bonus, you get through the score countdown screen quicker. On the SMS version, we do time this with in-game time, so it'll actually hurt you more than anything. Sky High 3, one of the few stages I don't start off with a jump. It's important to remember you're going to jump yourself right into a pit. And this boss is a little bit tricky. I want to ideally not die to these guys. Alright, that was a decent second time. I missed an egg, that's okay, I will do that. And we should be in the clear now. One thing I'm doing... Oh, jeez, okay, that was unintentional. When I'm going to the right, I am holding the right button. And that way, I get to the edge of the screen a bit quicker, and can jump back to the left and hit the boss again quicker. Alright, Sky High is done. What is next? Oh yeah, Aqua Lake, because of course we have to have a water level. And I kind of like the water levels in this game. Act 2 is one of my favorites in the run, although it can also be a pain, but starting off with Act 1, and we are going to be making our way along this water, just bouncing over it. And we have a nice little ending coming up. So first I'm going to roll here just to gain a good amount of speed, and I'm very quickly going to hold left and right, and land right up there. That is the fastest way to do this stage. If you were to go across the water, and go to the top right of the stage, you're going to be, I believe there's an extra life up there, and the screen just ends. You're not ending the stage, you have to go down. One scary part about that is there is a spike pit there, and you're going to see another one early in this stage coming up. And I'm starting to think if you land in a spike pit, you're forced to go to the left. It costs a lot of time because you're typically trying to go to the right, as well as you tend to have a lot of lag. So keep your eyes open right here. We have a fake floor. You will see that again later in the stage. I have a very tight visual cue here to go off of. Right there, I'm holding right, and I'm bouncing on that enemy. There's a long spike pit. If you don't get that enemy bounce, you just cost yourself at least 20 seconds. Because you have to go to the left side, you have to grab an invincibility box, which is a lot of lag in an already extremely laggy stage. You're utilizing this bubble to go up through the water. You can control that with up, down, left, and right. Up to speed up, down to slow down, which we'll be doing in a couple seconds here. You'll also notice I'm grabbing that bubble from the top. That's just to move myself up a couple pixels. And coming up to easily the laggiest part of this game. So I'm just going to mash jump. I was hoping to bounce off the corner of that enemy. Did not work. Be careful here. You don't want to go down that pit to the right. I'm going to utilize these springs. Apparently he wants me to jump on it today. Keep your eyes open on the left side of the screen. Buy speed shoes, buy speed shoes. They are useless. They are also the only instance of speed shoes in this game. It's useless because here's the end through that fake wall. That, I believe, is the only other time we will see a fake floor or wall. They do exist in other stages, but in the Beat the Game speedrun, we don't need to worry about it. Aqua Lake 3, not much going on here. The boss can be a little bit of a pain. Have to jump out of there, that's good. A little bit quicker. So we've got the seal. You gotta see me standing next to him, but not too close or I will die. And jumping and just kind of landing to the side, and that is, I'm not in a good position. I'm going to do that. That's to avoid doing that, which can take a while. Unfortunately, I meant to jump on the right side of him there and did not, and I didn't want to risk anything happening. So a little slow, but we're alive. And that's the important part. Oh, that was hit 6. I thought that was hit 5. Okay. And I waited there a bit on the left side just for the screen lock to end and try and gain maximum momentum going to the right side of the screen. Stay hydrated. Okay. If you are missing a green zone, don't worry. We got you covered right here. It is Green Hills, not Green Hill. I was like pointing that out. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's okay though, no big deal. If you made it here in a playthrough, congratulations, have some extra lives. Or completely miss them. You know what, it's easier if I just go to the left and do that again. I'm not sure if that's subpixels or what causes that, but it does happen on the page. There's one extra life, a second one. It did not bounce off the enemy like I was hoping. That's okay. I'm a little slow just to line up my jumps right here. Here's a third extra life. Ooh, and I got the bounce off of it. Nice. That does not usually happen. It's a very tight window to get that. Usually what'll happen if you make it across is you'll actually get stuck on the edge, like pushing the extra life box. That's perfectly fine, but what I just did is the fastest way to do that part. I'm really happy I got that. Green Hills 2 to start looks really nice when done correctly. I have a very specific jump pattern I do there, and now I have a lot of momentum, but I actually have too much momentum. I need to hold left there, or else I will get stuck in a little gap. Grab that spring. Perfect. This stage is going exactly how I'd like it to until that part. That's okay. We might be saying hi to an Emerald here. Yep, hi Emerald, bye Emerald. Ah! I didn't get my full jump! Oh my gosh, the lag there. That is a thing in this game. And now onto a notorious stage, Green Hills 3. Argik, what's your experience with this stage from watching?
No, likey this. What do you mean watching? I've
playing
so many times.
Well, I'm gonna teach you something right here. This is one of the easiest stages in the game, and I am actually serious when I say that. So get ready for this. You know how bad the last part is?
Yeah.
Alright, I am holding right. I am holding right. Not holding right, and now I'm holding right. And missed the spring. Okay. Apparently it's not as easy as I make it out to be. I deserve that. Alright, what I should have done, if you hold right until you hit that first, I guess, chunk of land, and then go neutral. Let me actually focus on getting this jump first. Get on the spring, Sonic! If you... Gosh, that threw me all off. Yeah, if you just hold right, then go neutral, and then at the apex of, Sonic's height right here, go back to holding right, all you do is hold right. You will hit that spring, you will make it across. If you're a dummy like me and trying to talk at the same time, it might not go too well. So this boss, I'm going to do some scary things as I try and get 8 hits in. This boss does have RNG. I can either get 1 hit or 2 hits in per cycle, depending on how kind he is. So you saw when I stood to the right at the very start, that was so I could get him to bounce against that wall, which he graciously did, and then gave me a decent pattern the rest of the boss fight.
Nice. That makes that level significantly easier, because I remember trying to aim for the springs every time.
Yes,
it's a blind jump.
It is. So I didn't get a chance to say everything y'all didn't see was spikes. So that's why that part of the stage actually is very easy if you know the trick to it.
I gotta learn that.
Yes. Don't hit... I didn't want to hit the spikes. So I'm going to take a safe route here and go 2 seconds out of my way to grab this invincibility. And you'll see why we're doing that shortly. We're going to skip like half this stage. We're meant to go to the bottom right, climb up, then take a minecart down all the way down here. Reason being, minecarts destroy spikes, but that's nice. I didn't take any damage. Alright. But that's slow, so we just cut that whole part out. Alright. I need a bit of a breather. There's not much to talk about going on, so Argik, take it away.
Thank you very much. We have got a donation coming in here that is very appropriate for what we're seeing right now. We have a $10 donation from Abuku that just says, beep.
Thank you very much for that donation. I'll avoid that. My main goal here is not falling down. That's alright, we didn't fall down. Hey, you can get hit by that bomb! Alright, I'll take it. you want to talk about anything else, this next stage is mostly an auto-scroller. Go for it.
I'm just looking at the stages here, the way that you're going through them, and I'm going, right, there's the route I need to take. I've got to follow this. I've got to do that. It's like, oh, there's secrets.
Yes.
I didn't know there was the secrets in the underwater stage there.
And of note, I do have a video tutorial guide for this game. For anyone that, ever goes, hey, I can do that. It's there. It's probably due for a slight update, but it'll definitely get you through at a brisk pace. By the way, be careful up here. If you stay on this platform, well, you're in for a bad time. It'll crush you up there. So this boss, I admit, I don't do the fastest strat on it. I tried. I wanted to do that for this marathon. Practice did not go well. So we're going to take a very slight time loss to hopefully ensure I survive and don't have to do the entire stage again. Because there's only so much you can do in this stage. One thing of note, the first 3 bosses in this game only take 6 hits. The next 3 take 8 hits, and if we were doing best ending, Robotnik, spoiler alert, takes 9 hits. Why they did it that way, I'm not sure. Okay. Got time though, alright, yeah. Y'all, we're almost done this run. Believe it or not. We have Scrambled Egg Zone left. That's it. And I've come to enjoy these stages, although Scrambled Egg 2 might not be as enjoyable today. More on that in a bit. But I really do like the music here. So this is a stage where roll jumps are very important into these pipes. As you can see, going uphill, I actually maintain my momentum. And I don't lose speed going uphill. It's definitely weird, and we utilize that multiple times in this stage in particular. You'll see it again right here. This stage is also a maze. You have all these pipes, and there's 2 that you have to pick the right path in. There's a decent turnaround. So, like, right here, I have to go left, left, down. And I have another one coming up as well. We are going to do a skip up ahead. Coming out of this pipe, I'm actually going to hold left into that spike pit. That moving platform that's going to the right there is now going to respawn, going to the left. And that saves a good chunk of time. I've never actually timed it. Interesting thing on Game Gear, that does not always work, and I have yet to figure out why. So here, down, right, down, left, and we're here at the end of the stage. I have a lot of lives, so against my better judgment, I'm going to do what my initial plan was. There's a skip in this stage coming up. It only saves a couple seconds. And I have tried really hard this week to get it. I have not gotten it consistently, but I'm going to give it a few tries.
Good luck.
And first one did not go well. That's fine, I could just die down here very quickly. I don't think I'm going to use up all my lives. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but it's a multi-part setup. The first one is I'm trying to take a damage boost. Didn't even get a jump there. Damage boost into that pipe right above me. Utilizing that bomb. It's a very tight jump to make. Give it, I think, 2 more tries, and then I'll just do the stage as normal. I've got time. I'm sure I'm ahead of estimate at this point. That's alright. Okay, so that's the damage boost right there. We are not done. Let's go! I'll take it, even with the extra damage. Alright, I'm happy. So I don't think I actually gained time with that damage, but I'm really happy to get that. That is a very tight window to fit into that gap. Only the platform is meant to go in there. You're not supposed to. Stage is not over. I can still die right here, and I did not. That point right there, right before that tube, is one of the scariest points of this run, because you can get your input eaten, fall into a spike pit, and you cannot get out. You will die. Dropped inputs are a thing in this game, but you kind of learn where that's an issue at, so you can account for it. So here we are at the final stage. Scrambled Egg 3, and what is honestly a pretty easy boss. There is RNG involved, but the risk of death, while it is there, is actually decently low. And I will explain more when I get there and can focus. Not that this part needs a lot of focus. We're just making our way up the spring climb, whatever you want to call it. So as long as I'm not standing in Silver Sonic's hitbox, you know, the same Silver Sonic that got skipped in Mania. Thanks, Roman. As long as I'm not standing in that hitbox, you will not die. Like, right there, just to show it off, you can bounce off each other. I didn't intend on doing it there. So it's actually not that dangerous, but, you know, it is possible to die. I only have a couple more hits, I believe 2 more, so time will be coming up pretty shortly. There it is. And... time.
GG's.
Alright, I can't complain about that. And here is the unfortunate bad ending. We did not save Tails.
Can't believe Tails is dead.
Argic, what do you think of this run?
It's going to be interesting to learn it, that's for sure. I can definitely see myself not doing that damage boost and scrambled egg there.
No, don't do
That'll
that.
Be one of the last things. Yeah.
It's not. I promise you, it's not worth it. So I've done this run, not specifically this category, a lot, but I've done it enough, and it always kind of looks the same. So I wanted to throw something different in, and that was what I really went for. But my tutorial does show a much simpler route. I promise you.
Definitely. No, it's going to be fun to try and learn it at some point. As I said, I know you'll be there, ready to cheer us on when it happens. But GG on your run there. 1858.
Thank you, I'll take it. And yeah, anyone else that is slightly inclined to look into this game. You know, a lot of people make it sound like it's hard. It's really not bad. It's like any game, it just takes some getting used to. But I find it very fun to do. Out of all the games I've run, this is the one I think I enjoy the most. That's all I can say. Argic, fill us in on what we got.
What we got? Well, coming up next, we have got our final game in the Sonic block. It is going to be Sonic 3 and Knuckles with the sound defense. But before we go over to our quick intermission here, Finalflame, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/Finalflame.
And just like that, there you go. We're going to go and get ourselves set up for our next run. You are watching Fast Pace for Headspace. We will see you in a couple of minutes. Enjoy the tunes, folks.